That's right, Jen. Governor Dave Heineman has reached term limits from Nebraska's Constitution, making this an open seat. First, we'll speak with Democratic candidate Chuck Hasselbrook. He's run his campaign on championing policies for the working class. Larry, it was actually worse than you could even imagine. It looked like a scene from a war movie. Earlier this morning, Governor Dave Heineman was in Pilger to see the damage for himself and offer his support to the folks. Well, Diana, similar to the last first-term senator to run for the White House, Ted Cruz's vision is one of hope. And that's pretty much where the similarities between Cruz and President Obama end. Cruz says he wants to restore the promise of America and do so by undoing everything President Obama has done over the last 6 years.
Thank you.
Well, Jen, we're just going to have to wait and see. Crude oil finished the day on the market, in the commodities market, under $50 per barrel again. And out here on Singing Hills, 3 separate gas stations have gas at $1.72 per gallon for regular unleaded gasoline.
Hey Larry, I mean the destruction it's pretty unbelievable, and like you said, they're about to shut down everything for the rest of the night, and we're just receiving word that at about 9 a.m. tomorrow they're gonna kind of get back at it and start from there. And Governor Dave Heineman has already issued that this is a state emergency, and he also has plans to be out here tomorrow morning as well.
Well, Larry, I'm over here on about 31st and Jackson, and right now we're going to be joined by Joe Rodriguez from Sioux City Fire and Rescue. Joe, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me here today.
So, Joe, tell us a little bit about some of the concerns that you were having with some of the fire hydrants in town.
What's important with the recent snowfall that we had, it's important for us to get there. If there is an emergency, that we get to the hydrants quickly as possible with less delay as possible. Our crews behind us are right now digging out a hydrant, so if there is an emergency, if you can get to the hydrant quickly, efficiently, and get water supply needed to the fire scene as quickly as possible.
A champion for the working class. That's what Democrat Chuck Hasselbrook says Nebraskans can expect if they elect him their next governor.
I mean, I've spent my life fighting for the middle class. I did that at the Center for Rural Affairs, working for ordinary rural Nebraska families, middle-class families, whether they were family farmers and ranchers. We helped 10,000 small businesses get started or grow across the state. And I did that on the University of Nebraska Board of Regents.
Hasselbrook said it's that mentality that separates himself from his opponent, Pete Ricketts. He also said that he has the policies on his side to back it up.
I want to help get the minimum wage passed. Now, that's going to be up to the voters, but I think that's going to be good for all of Nebraska. I want to beef up our education system in a couple of ways, because if we can build one of the strongest education systems in America, that's the greatest economic strength we can have. So I want to beef up early childhood education, because we have a lot of kids in this state who don't get what they need at home, and they start kindergarten already so far behind that the odds are against them ever succeeding in school.
Hasselbrook said his campaign has done a good job of keeping this race close, and that he has a simple message for Nebraska voters on November 4th.
I will be a fighter for the middle class, and I will be a fighter for the future. I want to get Nebraskans working together to build a better future for our children and grandchildren, strengthen our middle class, strengthen our communities, and create good jobs and genuine opportunity for every Nebraskan, from the Missouri River here in Dakota City to the North Platte River in the Panhandle.
It's that time of the year of most wonderful cheer, when lights and decorations are singing and dancing, just like Santa's reindeer are prancing. And in Lamar's, Iowa, 'twas more than 3 weeks before Christmas, when all through Siouxland, when home was above the rest, quite simply the best.
This is Christmas Acres. We've been doing this now. This is our 18th year. This year we have 70,000 lights. Covers 2.5 acres. We have 364 plastic blow molds, 214 lighted sculptures, 25 inflatables, and then we have music playing from 15 speakers up and down our road.
With displays aplenty, Rob hammers and coordinates a great many, and he does this all without taking a penny.
His family has been doing this for years, and what they do is they have a huge light display in the Lamar's area, in the country, and they take donations. People for years were saying, oh, I want to give something to help offset the cost of this, and he decided the last couple of years to donate the proceeds from a box that he puts up outside of his home for us.
It's a project so great that folks always remember, and Rob himself even starts in September.
This year we started hanging lights on September 29th. I take a full week's vacation. 7 days I work sun up to sundown. The first week I'm off, and then it takes 7 weeks I work at it to get it where it's at. And we were ready the weekend before Thanksgiving. Everything came on.
With all Rob's work and all his time, it was most certainly worth putting together this rhyme. And even though it's easy to forget the meaning of Christmas, it's of no doubt what this season's about.
The best part of it is the kids. Some nights we are very busy, especially on the weekends, and we give out candy canes, and you've got kids yelling and screaming out of the cars, and I'm right out the end of the driveway on nice nights. I'm handing out the candy canes, and the kids just love it, and even the big kids.
Saw the mass. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it.
Disbelief. It was the same look on the faces of people from the small Nebraska town of Pilger.
City Hall's gone, fire department's destroyed, public libraries severe damage, the Midwest Bank, we're trying to structurally see if it's even able to go in and secure the contents that are there. Obviously they have monies that we need to account for.
Following the rare double tornado that tore through town yesterday, Governor Dave Heineman arrived this morning to assess the damage. Hugs were given, and so was his promise to help. Having already declared a state of emergency, the National Guard is in Pilger lending a hand, and more help is on the way.
We'll expedite the process. FEMA's always been very, very good to us. We coordinate with them on a series of events over the years, and so we know the FEMA personnel very well.
Even though the storm destroyed almost 75% of the homes in the community, Governor Heineman is confident in the people of Pilger.
I know Nebraskans, we're resilient, we're going to rebuild.
Yep.
This town's too tough to die, right?
Yeah. Amen.
With folks already getting to work, signs of hope remain.